pick one that isn't what you would normally do. Just anywhere. It doesn't have to be practical. It doesn't have to be logical. All right. Now you got 2 shoulders. Yes. Yes, you all do. Kind of do the same with your shoulders. Each one, left and right. They might do the same. They probably don't. Just kind of slide them around, poke them around. Are you videoing me?
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of pick an area where it's not what you would normally do, right? Remember, they can go back and front as well as up and down. All right, we're going to let your arms hang loose for the moment. But your torso bends quite a lot. Anywhere between your chest and your hips, you can do all sorts of swiveling and turning, bending. You can kind of poke forward and back. So same thing, do it, and it doesn't have to go with the other stuff. I'm not going to make you like hold this for an hour, so don't worry about it. I mean, obviously don't hurt yourself. But go...
We're zombies, we don't care.
Go as... Well, the zombie doesn't care, but the actor does. Yeah, and I do. But go as far out of normal as you can on at least a couple of these. And then your hips can tip left, right, forward, back. Your legs can twist in, out, bend. Alright, now, kind of do that. Push it as far as you can comfortably in at least a couple of these. And then, don't move yet, but think about it. From this position, how would the thing driving your body move you around?
Propel you forward.
How would it propel you forward, right? Now, we know you're probably motivated by hunger, so your face is going to be moving, facing forward. So that's the direction you're going to move. Wherever your face wound up, that's the direction you're going to move because you're hungry, right? Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right? We're going to let the arms just hang for now. They'll do stuff. But from that position you got, kind of shuffle around the room now. There you go. It's okay if you walk in circles or if you go after someone. Sounds are good. That was going to be my next step, but yeah. Your zombie motivator doesn't know how to use your vocal cords either, but it makes sounds because it's moving your body around and it just happens. Again, if I were making a zombie movie, they wouldn't all growl and gibber. Sometimes they'd squeak and squeal. Now, in a practical form, not a realism form, but a practical form, if part of your body is getting really tired in this position, just swap it and carry on. No one needs to know. And then you can come back if you like. I highly recommend practicing this. Practice it when you're at home, when no one's watching. Watch the video if you like. Practice
I want to scare the tweakers away.
No, Aaron.
Whatever works for you.
But Aaron, that's why I'm recording is
Don't
for
get
your
shot.
group.
But before the season starts, I'd love it if each of you have like 3 or 4 different zombie postures and movements. And then we've got motivation, which is hunger or anger. They're not always hungry, but almost always.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both, often.
That can be scary when it's Resident Evil status and they
Yeah.
after you.
Your gait, which is how you move, but also your pace, how fast you're going. That's going to be affected by your motivation. That's going to be affected by the thing driving your body around. Your meat pilot. A good term? I like that. Meat pilot. The meat pilot's not smart. But it is dangerous in the same way the flu is dangerous.
It's strictly driven by instinct.
Yeah, it's not personal. It doesn't care. It doesn't even know what it's doing. It's just kind of like the way a fungus grows towards nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a little faster. So, are you a slow zombie? Are you a fast zombie? Are you a slow who turns fast? My favorite. Are you fast who turns slow? You can make it work. Are you big open mouth kind of zombie, or just kind of that shuffle along, and if they actually catch you, they're just going to gum you to death? There are a lot of variables, and if you can pull it off, I like drooling. It is surprisingly effective. It's so simple. just drool for
People
real,
just don't
or
do.
It's gross, but yeah.
or I mean, if you need to start, a little sip of water, hold it in your mouth for like a minute, and then let it dribble out, and that'll kind of start. And then if you just don't swallow, it'll keep going.
A little bit of Alka-Seltzer, like a little
Yeah.
tiny,
Gatorade will also
tiny
make
piece
you
of
a little
Alka-Seltzer.
Okay, I did not know
I
that.
found this out.
There are lots of ways to
At least
add
the
some
Gatorade, though.
drool. You can get some black food coloring, and then you get that black bile. drool.
Red food dye dries brown like real blood, and it looks really good.
So lots of options now. If you're drooling, you can't be someone who gets very close to the customers because you can't drool on the customers. No. So much more. There's a lot of variety. Watch video games, movies. You don't necessarily have to all be the same family of zombie. You can be recently deceased. You can be really old rotten corpse. You can be heavily damaged. Your death wound can be showing on you. Or maybe you died of the flu a couple years ago and just dug your way up out. So many variations on zombies now.
And the flu virus basically became.
Mutated.
The flu is a very mutating virus, yeah.
I like warm body zombies. They're
In,
interesting.
In 1918, the Spanish flu killed so many people. There were towns that were like 80% dead. Just that 1 or 2 years, the flu got really heavy duty, and it killed mostly strong, healthy people, not the old and sick. It's
In our zone, we're kind of modeling our characters' movement off of these characters from Dying Light called Volatiles.
yeah.
Yeah, because I figured, because they're primal. That's what they want. They don't care about anything else other than killing. So that's what I figured would be a good start for us. And me and Timmy have both played it, so we know how they move and stuff.
A lot of kinds of monsters,
Yeah.
The meat pilot just has different levels of skill and different motivations. I mean,
And in our
Frankenstein's
case, I think,
monster.
in our case, I think our characters are a little bit more developed. Every character I try to emulate when it comes to creating characters for a zone and or like a horror theme, I always go with zombie first because they're the easiest, but they're also the most widespread. So they're versatile.
They are that, and the process that we went through with posture and movement and sound, you should do with every character.
Yep.
I don't care if you're playing a used car salesman. Do the same. How does he move? Maybe he got shot in the leg once. Maybe he leads with his hips because he's that kind of guy.
And one thing that, we're gonna kind of work on too, throughout our trainings as well, one way that was taught to me that really worked for me, and it might work for you, is the invisible string.
Yeah.
I like the invisible string. You
I think
imagine
we'll
a
talk about that
string,
during
you
conference.
imagine a
won't we?
string coming from there, and it is attaching to whatever body part you want it to. So basically, if you want it to attach to your wrist, then, you're going to possibly, however you want to have it, but you just imagine that string, you're the puppet, you're the Pinocchio or whatever from that string, and you can attach that string. You can have 5 strings attaching to different parts of your body. But if you imagine that, it helps you to be able to kind of think of how that body part would move if it was attached to a string.
There can also be multiple strings on one spot, arguing which way the part of the body moves.
The one detail you kind of want to catch in is the strings are pulling you forward, not just up.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought about that after.
So like the salesman would be attached at the hip,
Yeah,
So right hip.
pulling you
Yeah.
towards me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then if I got right hip and left shoulder, I got this kind of weird posture. If I got the roof of my mouth.
That's right, yeah, exactly.
Back of the head is a little different from front of the head, just kind of.
And there's a lot of actors that they'll take something that isn't their strength and use it to flip the character. Like on the new It, he's got a problem with his eye and he actually uses it to his advantage.
Not much of a problem.
So,
Yes.
well, yeah, but what I'm saying is he knows how to
Yes.
use it to his advantage.
Work
So.
work with what you got, and if you got something weird and you want to be weird, then don't hide it.
Yeah.
Because like out there, we hide our weird. Let it flow.
Let
Not
the
just
weird
obvious
flow.
physical stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know. If you've got a
Certain personality quirks.
personality quirks, if you've got a stammer, if you've got a way of walking, if you've got if you fidget. I fidget, so my characters often fidget, but if my character is a fidgety character, I fidget big.